Hello, welcome to Talking Politics with Peter Beimers. I am Peter Beimers. If you like this sort of thing, like and subscribe, and click the bell for notifications, and feel free to share as well. Well, tomorrow most kids will be going back to school, and some are very excited for it. Some are starting new schools, going to kindergarten or grade 1, starting high school, maybe even college or university. Perhaps this is the first year somebody's not going back to school. But either way, if you got kids going back to school, you're probably pretty pleased with that. It's been a good summer. It's been a hot summer, a dry summer, but for the most part. But kids are going back to school tomorrow. And while I was campaigning for the New Blue Party during this last election, I found that education was much more of an issue to the voter than it was in the previous election 3 years ago. People were asking me at the door, what is New Blue's policy on education? What do you plan to do? And what we're seeing is that people are concerned about what's going on in the classroom. If COVID taught us anything, is that a lot of parents are finding out for the first time what's taking place in the classroom. They're sitting beside their son or daughter, hearing what the teacher is teaching in the classroom through the Zoom virtual classrooms, which was a stupid idea anyways, but what it did show, here's the silver lining, was some of the indoctrination rather than education that was taking place in the classroom. And the parents were not pleased. Some of the New Blue ideals is that, for one, the first thing we want to do is get rid of the woke indoctrination in our classrooms, especially in the younger classes, where the kids are there to learn how to read, write, do math, geography, science, and all the rest, history. Instead, they're being indoctrinated with gender identity nonsense, critical race theory. Little kids are being taught that they're racist, even if they don't even know it, based on skin color alone, which, last I checked, by definition is racist. Whatever. The New Blue Party is also looking to introduce alternative school tax credits or a school voucher system. And additionally, reading from the New Blue Policy Declaration, we wish to introduce the dangers of communism. The regulation, similar to the legislation put forth in Senate Bill 1264 in Florida, teaching students the dangers and evils of communism. We're seeing communism and socialism becoming a trend, especially in high school and college and universities here in Ontario, where it's become accepted. It's become the norm. I had one college professor while I was campaigning in Kitchener Center 3 years ago tell me that we shouldn't be scared of communism, and that she was an avowed, and somebody else told me she was an avowed communist, and she was a university professor. Instead, we want to teach the dangers of communism. Introduce a Parents' Bill of Rights to empower parents in the education decision making ability of what happens in the education system. Merit-based education. Scrap the Ontario's high school lottery system. Replace it with one that's based on meritocracy, based on merits, shall we say. Again, school is about learning and education rather than indoctrination of woke ideals. Our students are falling behind. We have students graduating grade 8, going into high school, not learning how to put together an essay, barely able to read, not able to do basic math, and they're having to learn grade school level math in high school, and they're even further ill prepared when they reach college and university, let alone in the real world of work. Now, Doug Ford in the Conservative Party of Ontario will not make these changes. In fact, he and his party, the Conservative Party of Ontario, doubled down on the previous Liberal administration's education system. They took it and they expanded on it, even though they ran a campaign against it. Showing again, do you really trust Doug Ford and what he says? Because he says one thing, does another. He campaigns one thing, does another. And I think somewhere along the line, he and Justin Trudeau became BFFs, and he wanted to make Justin Trudeau happy. So he expanded on the Liberal administration of education, introducing critical race theory, or wants to introduce critical race theory. Only the New Blue Party of Ontario takes your children's actual education seriously. If you've made it this far, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications when new videos are uploaded, and feel free to share as well. Thanks for watching. I'm Peter Beimers, and we'll see you next time.